Okay, so it's Tuesday, October 18th. I'll give you another update on this project. Right now, what I have to do is get the rudder in place and the prop. Sand the hull, give it one more paint of this red. And there's like little spots like this I'll fill up with putty. And that's going to be the last coat of paint. And after that, I'll establish the water line and paint the top side, and then turn it over and start the deck. This red, I'm going to go over that. The final coat I'll go over with some fine sandpaper and scuff it up so it's not so glossy. I don't think bottom paint should be that glossy. So I'll show you Payson's book. I'll give you an idea of how is this thing built. Okay, so it gives you, this is kind of like almost like very close to the finish line. These are the detail parts, which is the cabin rigging and so on and so forth. This thing here just gives you the lines. Actually, if you wanted to build this with frames, you could use this and laminate your frames. Use these lines. His method, which I don't know, he claims it's really easy, but I don't know if I agree with that. He uses these templates to determine the shape of the hull. And these things, you cut these things out on your bandsaw, stack them up on a building jig, and glue them all together, and then glue the two halves together, and then shape the hull with plain sandpaper and so on and so forth. Everything gets blown up 3.23 times. That's what I did. I had it all blown up at some commercial place, and they printed it. Then I just cut each template out, glued it to I don't know, masonite or something like that, and then cut the masonite to shape. Then use that to cut the pine. These are all pine, these lifts, and they're only 9/16 thick, so it's not as simple as just getting 3/4 pine and building it like that. You've got to plane them down to 9/16. So anyway, that's it for today. I'm gonna put this video up and today or tomorrow, and start a new one on what's going on with the rest of this job. Okay, so it's Friday 10/28, and I've been kind of neglecting working on this for a while, but I did finally get the rudder, the prop on, rudder and the prop. Then I made like a cradle so I could sit it right side up and mark off the water line. And then yesterday I gave it a first coat of white. See, one thing I thought I'd pass on, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're painting using a tape to make a line where you're changing color, a lot of times you'll get the new color bleeding up underneath the tape. Capillary action, I guess, or something causes it to go up in there, so you don't get a good straight line. What I do is tape it and then spray the same color that is under the tape. So the stuff that bleeds up through is the same color and you won't see it. So then when you put your contrasting color on, you'll get a nice straight line. So that's one tip. So now I guess I'm just going to, I'll probably put another coat of white on this and then start working on the deck. Now that I've got the cradle. So that'll be the next video, trying to start that deck stuff. That's going to be kind of difficult. That's going to take a while. Anyway, that's all for today. Okay, so it's Saturday, the 29th of October, and I'm starting on the deck. This is the, this came out of his plans. I don't know if I'll use that. Paston's plans, I mean. There's my crude little cradle. For some reason, I don't enjoy building those. Almost every boat I've ever made, some of them I never even bother making a cradle. But anyway, this is the beam, deck beam. And you can see it's got a crown. It's laminated. I just put a piece here, stack them up with glue and weight either end, and then I get the laminations. I've made, I made quite a few, not quite enough to do it, but maybe, I don't know, 13 or 14, something like that. And here what I do is I cut on both sides. Then I use a chisel, dig out the wood. And, it's supposed to be flush on the outside. So that's where it's at today. This is going to take a while to get all these in. And it's kind of a mess here. You see this angle, the way this is cut. This was really not done right. I should never have cut that with a bandsaw. I should have done that all with a draw knife or something like that, or a chisel. This side here is a little better, but still not quite right. So that's about it until I get all the deck beams in. After I get the beams in, I'll start using this stuff up. This is the decking. It's 1/8 by 1/8. And I've put, with a magic marker, I have a black line on one corner. These decks the seams were filled with something black. I don't know exactly what it is, but when I put these all together, I have the black lines. They'll be on there, and they'll be sanded smooth on the top. So that'll be the deck. After the deck is on, then it's time for that bulwark, which is like a major pain. I think my approach is going to be, I'm going to build up the bulwark with strip wood. So I'm going to set one beam in from the hull, the thickness of the strip wood. And I'll glue the strip wood to this. And then the posts, or which are actually the frames of the real ship, will be added, and they'll be glued to this and to the piece of strip wood. That way, I think I can make all those square holes in the bulwark maybe have an easier time with it than trying to cut them out of a piece of plywood or whatever. So anyway, that's it for today. I guess I got 3 here on the phone. I'll put those up today or tomorrow, and that'll be it until I get these deck beams in place.